There's no scientific difference between pigeons and the much more beloved doves. While the term pigeon tends to be dash to be, put verb third form, term is always applied. The researchers note in a guide that there is actually no scientific or evolutionary. Scientific or evolutionary is an adjective. You need a noun here, distinction or evidence. In the line 1, it's already given scientific difference, so answer is distinction. It's synonym. What's more, the pigeon found in cities worldwide dash from a bird known as descends from. It's a prepositional phrase. Descends from means origin. How I am able to solve the reading fill-up so quickly? Are you struggling to solve PT reading fill in the blanks? Do you want to solve PT reading fill in the blanks with speed and 100% accuracy? Then all you have to do is you have to watch the session till the end. Hello everybody, I'm Aditi from PTE Universe. PT reading fill in the blanks is one of the topics in which most of the students struggle. In today's session, I'm going to give you 5 golden tips and tricks with which you will be able to solve PT reading fill in the blanks in less than 2 minutes. If you're new to the channel, do like, comment and subscribe our YouTube channel. Also, in case if you're struggling to pass PT Nati, you can contact us on the given number. So let's get started. So guys, in today's session, first of all, I'm going to teach you 5 simple tips and tricks to solve PT reading fill in the blanks, and then we will be understanding how to apply those tips and tricks in a step-by-step way to solve fill-ups in less than 2 minutes. So let's start with tip number 1. Tip number 1. Read around the blank and decide which part of speech is missing. Is lots of time I have seen students reading the complete paragraph again and again, trying to find the answer. That's the wrong way. The right way is to understand the context and then read around the blank. Wherever you see the blank positioning, read around that blank and decide noun, adjective, adverb, conjunction, which part of speech will come. Let's see with this example. She is a dash girl. Now you see, before noun, adjective comes. So instead of looking for all the options, we just need to look for adjective. She is a beautiful. Now after adjective, noun will come, vice versa. So you just need to look for noun. So simple tip number 1, I'm repeating, read around the blank and decide which part of speech is missing. Let's understand this with the question. Okay, see. This MPhil dash students from a wide variety of academic, business and political background. We have a subject, we have an object, but verb is missing. Now see the verbs, introduces, separates. Subject is singular, verb will be singular, will end with SCS. Now MPhil will not separate students. In any of the course, it will have students from different background. That's what it's given. So introduces. So instead of looking for all the options, trying to fit in all the options, that's the wrong way. That will take a lot of time. And that's the incorrect way. The right way is to decide which part of speech is missing and look for that particular part of speech. Let's go to tip number 2. Very, very important, guys. Lots of times what happens with students, they see new words, they get really very stressed. I don't know the meaning of this word. How will I solve PT reading fill in the blank? You do not need to know the meaning of each and every word. You just try to predict the meaning of new words. So once you just see a reading fill in the blank, once you see the complete para, you can understand the context of the question. It's health, science, education. And then based on that, you can predict the meaning of new words. Guys, sometimes new words are not even your answer. They're just added to confuse you. Let's see this with an example. $1 per day level is used for, $1 is very less. So it will, of course, will be for least developed countries, not for the most. $2 day level is used for middle income economies is the co-location. I'll talk about the co-location also very shortly. So tip number 2, again, I'm repeating, don't worry about vocabulary. In case if you don't know the meaning of new words, you can try to predict based on context. Now see this question. In an attempt to dash new students, leading business schools including Harvard, University of this. Now see, after 2, verb comes in the first form. So if I see here, there's just one option. Lure. So even if I don't know the meaning of lure, I can mark my answer quickly because here verb will come and there's just one option is there in the verb first form. So every time, even if you don't know the meaning of a new word, you know vocabulary, you know context, you know grammar, you can solve PT reading fill in the blanks very quickly. Just try to predict the meaning of new words. Let's understand tip number 3. Very, very important. Guys, co-location is something which will help you in solving PT reading fill in the blanks very quickly. Collocation is nothing but two or more words which come together. So when two or more words which come together, they change the complete meaning. The two kinds of collocation: academic collocation given by Pearson, and second, we have grammatically collocated words. You do need to understand both of them. And for collocation, I have just prepared a short video. I'll add it on the I button. Do watch it. Very, very important session. You need to understand collocations very, very, very seriously. So you can achieve your desired score. Now see, desired score is a collocation. You need to be aware of rules and regulations. These are grammatically collocated words. The collocations are of different kinds. Let's have a quick look into what are collocations. I already mentioned you, collocation are two or more words which come together. But collocation can be of different types. Adverbs can come with adjective. I'm fully aware about my decision. Adjective can come with noun. Please do regular exercise. Noun can come with noun also. Round of applause. Noun can come with verb. Dogs bark. Verb can come with noun. Let's give a speech. Verb can come with expression of preposition. She's running out of time. And verb can come with adverb also. Please speak loudly. So there are different types of collocation. The best way is not to cram the collocations, but to understand the collocation. So either you can download the Pearson Academy collocation list to get a better hang of it, or while solving PT reading fill in the blanks, whenever you solve the question, you find new vocabularies, you find two words which are coming together, understand the meaning, create your own list. That will also increase your knowledge of collocation. And please do watch the session again. I'm repeating, I'll add it on the I button for collocation. Now, tip number 4, very, very important, is there are prepositional phrases. So sometimes you will see that few words will come with a particular word. Like I prefer tea to coffee. With prefer, we use to. We don't say I prefer tea over coffee. But with choose, we say over. I choose tea over coffee. So these are prepositional phrases. Whenever you're solving PT reading fill in the blanks, you see a preposition to, at, in, on, from. After the blank, you need to be very, very careful. Your answer can be a prepositional phrase like associated with, dependent on, related to, linked with. So please make sure you understand prepositional phrases. In case if you want me to make a detailed video on prepositional phrases, you can comment below. I'll just come up with a very, very informative video. Let's quickly jump to tip number 5. Guys, distractors, transition words, connectors are very, very important in the entire PT reading fill-ups. PT reading module consists of reading fill-ups, reading writing fill-ups, reorder. In all these three, these distractors, these transition words are going to play a very, very important role. So whenever you see a connector, you can just determine which kind of connector it is. The different kinds of connector. Some connectors are used to show positive way. Some connectors are used to show negative, like opposition, contrast. Some connectors are used to show example, to support a particular statement, and some connectors are used to show particular kind of conclusion, effect, or result. So different connectors have different functions. So sometimes you can get a fill up on the basis of connector. Maybe you will have to fill up the connector, or sometimes you see a connector, the tone of the passage will change. Let's see with an example. Although he is father of a king, his father was a king, Cyrus was brought up like the son of a. Now, although is used for contrast. So his father was a king, but this particular person was brought up like the son of a. Since here we saw he's a father of a king, and now for although we know it's used for contrast, it should be a common man. So sometimes by seeing the connector, the answer will change. Understanding? Had it been and, if there has been and, the answer will be in the same tone. But however, contrast, all these are used for contradiction. So when you see but, in spite, despite, however, the complete fill-up meaning will get changed. So you need to be very careful when you see the connector. Guys, not only in the reading fill in the blanks, but reading, writing, fill in the blanks, reorder, connector is going to play a very, very important role. So we have different kinds of connector. Let's say if you want to just show agreement, you can use and, also, similarly, likewise, furthermore, moreover. If you want to show contrast, opposition, but, however, while, in spite of, despite of, different connectors you can use. To show example, for instance, for example, if you want to show some sort of conclusion, thus, as a result of, there are different kinds of connector. Make sure you understand the usage of connectors. Now, guys, we have understood all 5 tips. And now what we are going to do is we are going to apply these tips in a step-by-step way to understand how to solve PT reading fill-ups in less than 2 minutes. is reading is one of the modules in which you can quickly improve your scores. You just need to be patient, consistent, and you need to understand the step-by-step approach. So I'm going to solve questions with you. All I want you is to solve questions along with me. Post your answer in the comment section. And in case you have any doubt while solving any question, just comment it below. We'll get back to you. Young peoples are increasingly aware of the challenges and risk dashed by. So first of all, understand the context. We're talking about young people. And here you see the blank positioning. We have a subject, but we need a verb here. Before by, so there's a blank here. So before by, verb comes in the third form. So I can see the option presented or shortened. So the challenges and risk are presented. They cannot be shortened. Quickly, I can mark my answer 1. And of the opportunity to dash sustainable development. We just learned after 2, verb comes in the first form. See the options, receive or achieve. You don't receive development. You can't receive it. It's not a gift. You can achieve it by doing the constant work. To eliminate, second answer will be achieve. Young people are not only victims of climate change, but they are also dash contributors. Now, contributor is a noun, before noun adjective will come. See the adjectives. Which kind of a contributor they can be? Exotic is an adjective. Valuable. They can be valuable contributors. That's why we're talking about them. Na? They can be valuable contributor if they take the actions in the correct way. See the next one. Whether through education, science, or technology, young people are dashed their efforts in using their skills to accelerate climate change. So this is a positive tone. Now see what they do with the efforts, and you see this up. So whenever you see any kind of preposition, prepositional phrase can be the answer. Catching up, I want to catch up with you. That's like you want to meet somebody, talk to somebody. Scaling up is the correct answer. Scaling up means they're increasing their efforts. Fine. So prepositional phrases, you need to know the meaning, because sometimes when you see the preposition, you need to be very, very, very aware that the answer can change based on the preposition. Is this fill up clear to everybody, guys? So very simple. I'm repeating the step-by-step approach. First thing, understand the context. Second, see the blanks, read around the blank and determine which part of speech is missing. Tip number 3, guys, apply knowledge of vocabulary, grammar, and collocations. And tip number 4, guys, if you're not sure about a PT reading fill in the blank, solve the next ones, come back. Don't waste a lot of time, guys, because there are so many people who are not able to complete the answers, complete the question in due time. Now, guys, so many of the students feel reading is tough. It's hard to get the desired band score in reading. Let me show you some frequent results, some new results, recent results. Tina got 90, 90, 90. She got 90 in reading. Most of the readings were new, but the strategies were old. Whatever strategies we told her in the class, she has actually used those in the reading module and in other modules, and she's able to get 90 out of 90. Not only Tina, I'm showing you this result of Guru Prasad. Guru Prasad was struggling in PT. He has given PT 10 times before joining us, and every time he was failing PT by few marks. He get to know about us. He joined our online classes. We actually understood that he didn't know the tricks for solving the questions. PTE is not an English test. It's a performance-based test. I'm repeating so many times. Students think they should read novels. They should learn the entire grammar. You need to first learn the tips and tricks to crack this exam. I'm showing you another success story of Nikhil. Nikhil joined us just 2 weeks before his exam. He get to know about us through our social media handles. He was struggling to get 7 each. We provided him one-to-one classes according to his schedule. And he attended all the classes. He did all the mocks on time. He did all the grammar classes. He did all the strategy classes, and result, he got his desired band score in first attempt. Not only him, guys, I'm showing you so many success stories. Anubhav, he was very average in English. He wanted to get his desired band score for his permanent residency, and finally in the very first attempt he has got 8 each. He took PT exam in 2019 also. Then also he joined us. We worked on him. This time he was lacking that kind of personal motivation. So many times students know the tricks, but they need that personal motivation. They need the personalized attention. They need the guidance, like why are they failing in the mocks. We did with the same with him. This time again, one-on-one guidance. This time again, we suggested him which way key areas he need to improve. This time again, we provided him the strategy classes, and he passed PT in the very first attempt. So it's very easy. Again and again, I'm repeating, no, like whether it's speaking, listening, reading, writing, none of the module is tough. All you need to know is the tips and tricks. So let's solve again another question together, step-by-step approach. Let's get started. All the answers in the comment section, please. First thing, understand the context. Tiny living machines made of frog cells can. So here we're talking about living machines made of frog cells. Can, after can verb comes in the first form. So I've just made you understand the 10 grammar rules. In case if you've not watched the video, I'll be attaching it on the end screen. Whenever it's a model like it's can, could, would, just put the verb in the first form. Survive, operate, replicate, interfere. So they can dash themselves, read ahead, making copies that can go. So making copies itself means replicate. So the answer is already given in the passage. So see, sometimes students, they find the new words and they're like, I'm not able to understand. Read ahead, you will find the answer. It's given in the passage sometimes. This newly described form of renewable offers a new. So a new dash. Now see, this is an adjective. You need a noun. It will provide what? Insight or breakthrough. Insight means information. So this is what? This is providing information. Discovery, breakthrough is a discovery. So insight makes sense. Into how to design biological machines that are self-perpetuating. This is an incredible, exciting. Again, you can see adjective is given, you need noun. So now what does this means? The previous line. So they have found something. So this is a discovery, breakthrough. Robots that can copy themselves are an important step towards systems that don't need human to. After to, put verb in the first form, that don't need humans to. See the verb survive or operate or interfere. Interfere doesn't make sense. Survive, but here they will operate. So sometimes, nowadays we want everything to be AI based. We don't want humans to operate things, because if they operate through robot, they can save a lot of money. So that makes sense. Again, context based, and after to, verb comes in the first form. So knowledge of vocabulary, grammar, collocation, you combine them, reading club will solve in less than 2 minutes for sure. Check your answers, guys. Very, very simple way to solve reading fill in the blanks. Only what I'm doing is I'm making you understand the step-by-step approach. And this is what we do in our online training program. Guys, there are lots of students who are taking PT exam again and again. Reason being, they don't know how to attempt the exam. They're not failing because of their English. They're failing because of not knowing the tips and tricks. In case if you are also struggling, you are also taking PT exam again and again, same scores, all you need to do is you need to join the right institute. You need to take the proper guidance so that you pass it in the next attempt. Let's have another question. Let's solve it together. Guys, again, sharing dreams may serve a. Usually in the first line, you will understand the topic sentence. Here we are talking about dreams. May serve after a noun comes. Now see, I saw the blank position. Community, purpose, act, bond. May serve a purpose is a collocation, so I do not need to even look for all other options. Study finds that describing the content of our dreams or nightmares, whether boring or truly bizarre, may function to dash people. After to, verb comes in the first form. So you will bond people, you will act people. Bond only makes sense because, like, if you just share the content of our dreams, so that will actually help you in bonding with people. Okay, I also got this dream, you also got this dream. So groups together, so bond together is a collocation as well as can't act together. And that listening and responding to the strange content of dreams can increase. Subject is there, verb is there, you need objects. So what they can increase? Community or empathy. Empathy means when you show sympathy for others, emotions for others. So that's the correct way, empathy. It even proposes that dream sharing helps the process of human self-domestication, where people evolve greater self-control and less aggressive. Less aggressive what? Aggressive what? It's a collocation again. It cannot be community. It cannot be, it will be a tendency. Make sense? See your answers, guys. Check your answers. Again, same way we have done the question. Collocation, vocabulary, and grammar. I'm repeating all the tips and tricks quickly before I end the session. I'll quickly sum up the session. First, tip number 1, guys, read around the blank and decide which part of speech is missing. There's no need to read the passage again and again. You just need to see the blank positioning and understand the context. Tip number 2, guys, vocabulary is very important. If you're solving PT reading fill in the blanks on day-to-day basis, try to increase your knowledge of vocabulary by understanding and finding out the meaning of new words. But when it's an exam, try to predict the meaning of new words and eliminate options. That is process of elimination. Tip number 3, guys, collocations. Now I'm repeating again and again, collocations are very, very important. Don't take it lightly. Academic collocated words are there, grammatically collocated words are there. Try to understand both of them and do watch the video of collocation on I button. Next, guys, prepositional phrase. So whenever there's a blank and you see after that there is add on in any preposition, please make sure you read it double times, like you read it again and again and see, okay, associated with, related to, dependent on, linked with, prefer to, choose over. So different kinds of prepositional phrases you need to know, and that can be your answer. Last but not the least, guys, connectors. I've again made you understand that connectors are very important whenever you're solving PT reading. It's reading fill up, reading writing fill up, reorder. Connectors will play a very, very important role. So whenever you will see connector is coming up, the tone of the passage can change. So just determine which kind of connector it is, positive, negative, neutral, example, conclusion, and that will help you in determining your answer. So that's it for today's session, guys. In case if you like today's session, please do like, comment, and subscribe my YouTube channel, which is PTE Universe. I'll be back with another informative session. In case if you're struggling in PT like these students, you can join our online training program. And guys, in the comment section, please let me know you want me to prepare video of what other modules. So I'll just quickly post for you. Bye-bye. Take care.